Nurses, do you want a second stream of income? Teach nursing CE and get paid. Hey there, my name's Teresa Sanderson. Super excited to connect with you today. And, I did a recent poll on LinkedIn and other social media and asked nurses really what they would want most if they were to start a nursing continuing education business or even just get started teaching one nursing CE course at a time. What is their biggest goal to gain from that? Nurses unanimously said, we would like a way to create monthly recurring income and also passive income. All right, so let's just talk about those two different types of income really quickly, and then we're going to dive into why it makes sense to turn what you already know into income through teaching nursing continuing education. All right, so first and foremost, what is monthly recurring income? Well, in all honesty, it's just what it sounds like. You gain a customer or someone who registers for your course or membership or something like that, and they pay you for that service month after month after month. So as you have one person in there, that's really great. But as you have 10 people in there, that's even better. And when you have 100 people in there, it's even better. And so you have this monthly recurring income. All right. So what kind of activities would you need to be working in for that monthly recurring revenue as related to nursing continuing education? Maybe you have a mentorship program or an orientation type of CE course. And when I say orientation, I'm not talking about any facility type of orientation. I believe one nurse to another, I can provide you with continuing education that is very specific to what nurses do in hospice care. Do you see what I mean? How do we manage pain and symptoms? How do we have difficult conversations? How do we do all of these things? And then also provide some live Q&A sessions in a member community. Do you see what I mean? So there would be multiple course offerings in there, all related to one particular topic, and also maybe one or two live discussion sessions with you every single month that you would pop in for. Okay, so I hope you can see and expand your mind as you think about your own nursing specialty and all that you've learned over the years working in that. How valuable would that information, all of that knowledge, wisdom, and expertise that you've gained over the many years that you've worked in that particular area, how much value would that have for someone who was coming brand new and just getting started? Could the knowledge that you have to share make the road so much easier for them, provide them with tools that you wish you had when you just got started, and help them avoid many of the pitfalls that we step into when no one really has mentored us fully into an environment? Do you see what I mean? This could make a really, really huge impact and also help you earn monthly recurring income, which means you get your customer once and they stay with you over time. As long as there's value added, that monthly recurring income can only continue to grow. Will there be people who eventually maybe drop off or unsubscribe from the program or cancel? Yes. Why would that be? Maybe they got their needs met, right? That'd probably be the first biggest success, is to say, yay, you got what you needed and you were able to go on your successful way. Other people may unsubscribe for other reasons, but the good news is, with continued marketing and continued outreach and continued finding of your ideal clients through social media strategies that I use every single day, you will remain full. Your membership and course offering will remain full and continue on a path for growth. So that's monthly recurring income. I mean, just think about it. How nice would it be if you had $1,000 coming in every single month, even 500, right? That was coming in from something that you set up once and you show up for live discussions and Q&A once or twice a month. And that's earning you a nice passive income that could maybe take care of your utility bill, or maybe pay for private lessons for your child in music or art or whatever they've been wanting to do, or maybe those cheerleading commitments, right? There's so many things that our families need. So even with something as small as $500, it could make a difference. Now I want you to think bigger. What if you had a monthly recurring income of $10,000 or $15,000 that was just coming in like clockwork, because you set something up one time and you continue to provide value. You continue to provide value over time. This is how nursing continuing education, teaching nursing CE, and even mentoring other nurses can totally transform your financial future. Now let's talk about the other one, the other type of income that nurses are interested in earning, and that is passive income. And I have to tell you, passive income is like the holy grail. I think everybody's after it. And who wouldn't want income that can happen and that can come in while you're sleeping or while you're on vacation? I can tell you that when my courses sell, and a funny thing is that my husband and I have said we just need to travel more, because in all honesty, when we travel, we make more money than we do when I'm at home, which is so funny. But I remember the very first time it happened, we were boarding the first cruise we've ever taken, and somebody popped in that morning and bought a $3,000 course. And I just remember looking at Greg and saying, wow, is this amazing or what? You know, we're stepping on a boat. The course was auto delivered, so that the new customer got everything they wanted, everything they needed, and I didn't have to do anything. Do you see what I mean? So passive income, while we talk about it as being passive and it can happen anytime, no matter where you are, if you're awake or sleeping, if you're tending your business or not, it does require some effort. Okay, so what is the effort? The effort is creating your marketing engine so that people know you're out there. They know clearly what you have to offer. They know how it can help them, and they know why they need it, and they know why they should learn from you. Okay, so this is what's required to earn passive income. So I think even though it's called passive, it's a little bit of a misnomer, because it does require still some effort for people to learn about what it is that you have to offer. But trust me, there's nothing better than when you have a program that you've created, a CE program or an online course that you've created one time, that people can choose to buy it off the rack whenever they want to, doesn't matter, and everything is fully automated. So now that I know that nurses are looking for ways to create monthly recurring income and also passive income, that's why I really have to make the point that nursing continuing education is probably the simplest and easiest way for you to get started and develop that kind of income stream. It's important for you to know and understand that when you teach nursing continuing education, you don't need any additional education, and you don't need any additional degrees or certifications, okay? You bring what you have to the table. And what I do is I help you format and develop your knowledge into course offerings that nurses want to buy, so they want to learn from you. And that way you can create your recurring monthly income and your passive income, okay? So what's coming up? I have an amazing opportunity for you to assess and determine just how ready you might already be to start a nursing continuing education business. And it's called the Nursing CE Business Snapshot. And what it's going to do is really evaluate the skills and knowledge that you already have, as well as things like what's your awareness of technology? How tech user friendly are you? And what are some things that may be holding you back? But it's going to help you assess both your assets and those skills that you already have, and any weaknesses or areas that need to happen, so that you can get a clear picture in just minutes of how prepared you may already be to get started in this business. One of the things that nurses worry about the most is, what if I fail? I've already invested a lot of money in a lot of coaching programs and things like that, and nothing has worked for me. Been there, done that, okay? So if you're thinking that, I just want you to know that everything that we do is built on a step-by-step system, so that there's nothing hidden from you. There's nothing that's going to get glossed over and, hey, you should just already know that. But the very beginning of working with us is the Nursing CE Business Snapshot. Take that assessment, determine for yourself if this opportunity may be for you based on the skills and knowledge that you already have. And then we can take it from there. But go ahead, take the CE Snapshot now. Just drop the word snapshot below this video. I'll send you the link and you can complete it at your leisure. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon. Bye.